In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to use the basic features of keyframes in Adobe Premiere Pro, and we're going to start right after this intro. What's good, fellow creators? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for hanging out with me on another video. If this is your first time here, my name is Mark, and in this channel it's all about tips and tools to help you get started with your online content. So if you're interested in taking photos, creating videos, or editing tutorials like this one, consider subscribing. Keyframes are actually one of the many features that Adobe Premiere Pro has to help edit your videos. Keyframes are basically a point in a timeline where something happens. You can use keyframes to change the clips or the effects properties. To animate an image, for example, you're going to need at least 2 keyframes, one in the beginning and one at the end. But of course, you can have multiple keyframes. The basic animation you can do with keyframes are changing the scale, rotation, or the opacity of the clip. To better explain this, let's dive right into Premiere Pro. So for today's video, I'm going to show you a basic animation of scaling up an image. Now, you can do this with any video clip, but I'm just using a picture here. The first thing you're going to do is select your clip, and as you can see here on your source panel, you'll have the properties of this image. You can change the position, the scale, rotation, and some other options. So to animate this image, click on the time watch here next to the scale, and it will produce this diamond shape, which is your keyframe. We're going to leave the value of this keyframe to 100. You can change it to whatever you want to start off with, but for now, we'll stick to 100. To animate this and scale it up, we have to add another keyframe. So let's move forward in the middle of the clip. This time, we'll change the value to 200. Once we change it, you're gonna see another keyframe here. So basically, when you play this back, the image will scale from 100 up to 200. Now, if you want the animation to last longer, you can drag this keyframe here that has a value of 200 to the end of the clip. So now when you play it back, it will take longer for the image to scale up till it reaches that second keyframe. Now we can add more keyframes too. You can move this keyframe back closer by selecting and dragging it. Then let's move forward to the timeline and add another keyframe back to 100. Let's go ahead and see how that looks now. You can make this smoother by selecting your keyframe, right click and select one of the options here. In default, keyframes are usually in linear, but there are other options like Bezier that make it ease in or out from one keyframe to the next. You can also do this manually by clicking on the drop down next to the time watch and scale, and you'll see a graph. You can adjust the speed, it's really up to you. Now, if you want to start all over, you can delete these keyframes by selecting them and pressing delete. That's really just the basic ways to use the keyframes. There's a lot more that you can do, and if you really understand how it works, you can get really creative. Just gotta experiment with it. So if this video helped you in any type of way, make sure to give it a thumbs up, click that subscribe button, hit that bell to get notified when I'm back online. And of course, if you got time, make sure to check out the social links down in the description box and give a brother a follow. I truly appreciate it. And if you want to see more editing tutorials like this one, check out the playlist right here. Until then, keep being creative, keep getting inspired, and I'm gonna see you on to the next one. Peace.